Jason Wydrow here with Golden Dental Marketing. In this video, I'm picking up where I left off last week. I'm taking you through the Google documentation on how to hire an SEO, how to hire someone to help you in your Google advertising promotion and public relations so that your dental practice can be effective and get results. But having someone do this for you is very important that it's done right. You're putting your name out there, you're putting your advertising dollars out there, you're pouring whatever it is into this campaign. And you should know the results that it's getting, how it's producing for you, your return on investment. But more importantly, before you make those kinds of decisions, you need to get doing the right things that are going to get the results. And by starting with Google's guidelines and what they lay out, written very technically, that's why I want to go through it with you. But you got to make these decisions fundamentally, okay? Let's get right into it. Last week, what we covered was SEO firms, businesses that contact you out of the blue. This could be a letter in the mail, this could be an email, this could be a phone call. There's many forms and ways, shapes, and sizes this comes in. It's usually a lot of technical jargon that's just really confusing for somebody that's not a professional in this field. So let's jump into this week's data. And what we're looking at here is just this section right here. It's very simple. No one can guarantee a #1 rank in Google. There's a lot of data that Google covers on this exact topic. So you can always think with a warning, something to think with before you ever spend a dime, before you ever jump into an investment in terms of your website, your search engine optimization, anything with your online advertising. When you start thinking and talking about, oh, we want to be on the top position, we want to be on the top position, this and that, red flag city. Just know that, just think with that, and use that as a basic default thing. Yes, on the other side, it is true. You can pay for advertising, you can pay for ad space, and generally be at a top rank sometimes if your advertising is done correctly and it's optimized properly. And you're willing to pay enough, depending on the competition in your area. It can get really costly really fast. That's why you gotta know your basics, you gotta know your return on investment, you gotta know your numbers. So let's dig into this more. All right, so what Google's saying here is there's no special way to give your website to Google and say, oh, I wanna rank on the top and I have a special connection with Google and I can make your website magically show up higher than anybody else because of my special connection. This is, again, one example, but I always recommend knowing your numbers, applying this information, use what Google provides you, watch my videos, subscribe, like, comment, ask questions, text the number below, email, all the data's there. Feel free to reach out to us. I don't want you to be confused anymore. I want you to say, oh, I have X amount of budget for my marketing and we're gonna dump it in there and I know that we're gonna get some results from that are gonna help pay that back and build into the future. Simple business math. There's nothing complicated about that thought process. There's always a way to draw business to your business. And when it comes to the internet, there's no distance between anybody and your information. Now, it's a personal choice if you want to have a dental office in the middle of nowhere. That's a personal preference. But I personally know dentists that have patients that travel across the country and even internationally to arrive to that dentist in the United States. So to say that because you're somewhere out in the middle of nowhere and you can't get anybody, you can't bring anybody in, you have to be creative and there's tons of different ways that you can work that. But again, it's true. If you have more people around you, generally speaking, you're going to be able to draw more public in your door. At least it's going to be less energy that you have to output to get people in. Unless you have tigers or something as pets, and then maybe people will just come to you. I'm not making that as a recommendation. Jason Wydrow here with Golden Dental Marketing. This was my tip for today. Again, I'm going through the Google documentation. I'm also giving you my input as I go through this, but just know there's no one can guarantee you a #1 ranking in Google. And there's no special backdoor entrance into Google where myself, for example, can go enter into. Yes, there's all kinds of tools that Google provides us and all kinds of insights and special data and intricate information about your online presence overall. But that's a very different thing than saying, I have a special door I can put your website into and I'm gonna get you in the top of Google. So don't fall for it. Spend your money wisely. You have a great day.